Hey, what's up, guys? Anime Talk here, back with our episode things that we do every time. Well, we used to do, and today we're doing Hunter x Hunter episode 136. I'm Izzy, and
Hassan Minhaj is on Ellen.
all right, cool.
I'm so.
I don't give a shit. Can we talk about the anime? Come on, say your so. Come on, say your so.
Hello.
Nah, don't.
I realized today that every time I talk, I laugh.
I like David Dobrik.
Yeah, he does it all the time. It's so funny.
It's amazing, huh?
He's like, hi.
Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Hunter x Hunter episode 136. It's been a while since we've done these.
Yeah, it's been like 2 months.
Yeah,
Or
and
like
it's
3 months.
probably even longer than that. And it's been like good and bad. Like it's in a way where it's like, oh my god, this is crazy, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, when is this gonna end?
Just ugh.
Like that, I cannot. I'm glad this episode it ended the chapter. Like that chapter itself. If you think about it, then the whole
It
end.
was just concluding everything.
Yeah, it
that
concluded
last
everything.
This episode.
And it's like I kind of had that like finally.
Yeah.
Like it's like okay, it's done. We can get away from that. Like there is still some like ants, going around and stuff. Like they might be put into the story later, but like the actual official story is like done. And I thought it was kind of stupid.
I thought it was dumb.
The way they ended it like that.
It just made me so mad. I don't know.
Because it was the longest one.
Yeah, it was just like a waste. Because like the chapter itself, it was like, I wouldn't say it was the worst, but it's kind of the worst, you know?
Or not
but
even
like it's not that interesting.
Don't say worst, but say the least interesting chapter
It's
in the
not
Hunter x
interesting
Hunter series.
Because I felt like they could have done better. Because,
Yeah.
like, they started, like, Hunter x Hunter started off really good, and then they were doing better and better until they came with this ant arc or whatever, and it was like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, in the beginning it was like, oh, you'd think it was gonna be, like 5 episodes, and then they end it,
Yeah.
but it turned out to be, like, 20 episodes, and it was so
It
tiring,
was
because,
more
like,
than 20.
yeah.
For sure, it was more than 20. Because when we binged it, I believe it was like we were binging already 30, 20 episodes into it. And we were watching weekly after that, every week another episode. So I'm pretty sure it was a long ass chapter. And yeah, and I honestly, it's like I'm watching it because it's Hunter x Hunter. I was excited for the fight, the big fight between what's his name, the chairman and the king of ants, whatever, Merodon.
No, Meron.
It was a good fight, but like at the same time, it's like the way
It was so short.
It was so short, and it
was so short because it was so
even
anticipated.
Even Gon's fight.
But yeah, both of those fights were so anticipated, and we were waiting all along for them, and like they were so short. Like they like made it into episodes, like one episode.
Yeah.
Like a fight in one episode is not a fight.
All right, let's
like
actually let's start a rant for that, but let's get into the actual episode of what was happening. Do you remember exactly how it started?
Yeah, I know. They're just
it was like a recap.
Yeah, it was just like talking about what happened after, like what happened.
Oh, the conclusion.
What happened to them, like that society where the Chimera ants came from, the NGL, and how it's like considered what's it? It's like it's not people don't live in there. I think no people do, but like nobody is gonna like. I don't know.
I don't know what that one is.
It was considered, I don't know, like a natural habitat area.
Or like they closed it off, maybe because it's like they don't want.
I don't know. I
like,
forgot.
It was something like that, and then it was showing like.
Oh,
like, everyone's like the ants are trying to do something with their lives. Like each one is doing. One of them was like this one with the crab hands or something.
Yeah.
He was actually helping this other ant that we never even seen before. Return home, and it turns out it's the girl from the very first episode of the chapter, where she got eaten, and then she just like she has her memories back and she wanted to return home and she doesn't know what to do with her life, and that aunt did help her with that, and then blah blah blah. It was just like it was
she
cool.
got her family back and she went back.
It was cool that they're showing that this like she's back with her family, but like I didn't even think she was alive. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I just
me too. I thought
it was just so random.
Yeah, and I thought that guy.
The brother, right? Her brother.
Yeah, I thought the guy beginning, what's his name? I don't know, like the ant from like the very beginning,
Basically
where
the one
he was the first one to talk or something.
Yeah.
And then he looked like a human. He had those memories, and then he like tried to forget them. I thought he was the brother.
He is the brother, but he is.
Oh yeah, he is the brother.
He is the brother.
Oh yeah, and then
He just never went back. Yeah, we'll talk about the end. He just never went back to his family.
Yeah.
He was taking care of the queen because that was the closest thing he thought he had to a family. Like you know, like that's he just had those memories of protecting someone, and he just used that protection over the queen that he was taking care of.
Yeah.
Or the baby, or I don't know.
It turns out, I don't know where that baby even came from though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Turns out, like, okay, that kid.
So wait, let's like from the queen when like, remember how that guy he was protecting the queen, queen of the ants or something, and she was like a little baby bug or whatever. Yeah, she had like he was raising her the whole time.
Really?
Right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they went under.
Because I totally forgot about that.
I remember. Yeah, they were under like the deal was that if he helps out the humans with intel and information about of ants or something, he would be protected. Like he would be under protection, which is true. Now he is under protection, and he was raising that thing that girl, and then all of a sudden we go back to her, and she's like, it's not the bug. It's not. It doesn't look like the bug that we looked at. Like the first ant, like the queen. She doesn't look like the queen. She looked like
it's a human baby.
Like a human ant.
No,
like,
it's a human baby.
It's a human baby, but it had the tail, like the ant tail.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like it's like more human than ant.
Yeah.
But still, and then the whole like it's a girl. That's one thing. So and then it started screaming out, "My name is Kite," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
Like,
that's so
what? Kite is alive? Like,
oh yeah, it was so funny because he thought that the brother kept on calling the baby his sister's name.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, that's not my name."
I thought it was like something about Queen or something. Like I thought he was calling it the
No.
Queen. Was it? I don't remember.
They're I'm pretty sure they're calling the baby. The kid, he was calling the kid his sister's name.
I don't think so.
Yes, he
was. We're gonna go back to.
Isn't that right?
I remember because he wasn't treating her like as her sister's name. I don't know.
Because she looked like her.
I don't know, something like that.
I don't know.
But anyway,
but then it kept on saying. Oh.
Yeah, my name is Kite. My name is
so
right
Kite
there,
is alive.
So Kite is
and
alive.
And a baby. And
is
a girl.
It's a girl.
But I'm glad though, cause like he.
No, actually, why did he gotta?
No, I'm glad because I didn't want him to die.
Why did he reincarnate like that?
Another thing happened, but we won't talk about it yet. We'll talk about Gon, cause he's like in like
the hospital.
He's like about to die.
Yeah.
Like he's like
He's in critical injury, critical whatever. Like the doctors they can't even transport him because otherwise he'll die.
Yeah.
So that guy that can teleport, I forgot his name. The one that can like he's like a hunter.
The one that's balding.
Yeah, he was balding. He ended up paying for all the expenses and stuff like that, and he's gonna help Gon out. And then Killua is over here pissed off at the same time.
Mad at Gon.
He's just mad at Gon.
Cause Gon did everything technically. Like he killed that girl.
Nefertito.
By himself, and like he went all out, and like he didn't do it with Killua, and that was like kind of like what they always do. You know?
He's mad because he didn't ask him as a friend to help. It wasn't more of a command. Like he's commanding him. Hey Killua, we're gonna do this shit. Or he's like, hey Killua, as a friend, like oh you're my friend, I'm gonna respect you in a way where it's like you're gonna do this with me or something. Like was it forceful? Was he just commanding Killua to do this? That was basically.
Killua was just mad. He's like, shut up, Gon. I'll beat you up after I save your life. You know.
Yeah.
And then the bald guy, he's like, hey, want to go help me out? Get some things for your buddy right here to save his life. He's like, no, but get it for him after I save his life, meaning I'm gonna save his life and then I'll beat him up and then he's gonna be so beaten up that he's gonna have to go back to the hospital and then get
all right.
So Killua is dedicated, he's committed.
So yeah, then Killua, I think he left. He was going somewhere. I don't remember where.
To save his life.
I know, to save his life, but like where is he going? Like I don't remember if it was
save
hinting.
His life.
If it. You think he's gonna go to? I really doubt it. I mean, I feel like they would introduce him somehow, But remember the first character, the guy that's a doctor, and he has like a suitcase, and he looks like an old man, but he's not an old man. Like he's like a teenager, and he has like a suit on, and he has a briefcase. I'm like, because he's trying to study as a doctor. Like, is he gonna go?
So.
I mean, yeah, it's a far reach, but I'm just saying it's like, what at this point does he know how, like a lot of medical science?
No, I think he knows something.
He probably does know something. But what's the big thing you were talking about? Yeah, I missed those. I don't know why they're not in there. But what was the big thing you were gonna talk about? Like, I remember.
Gon's dad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Gon's
shit.
Dad.
So we're at the end. We're end of the part of the show, and then we're seeing. They're calling
the Hunter x Hunter committee or whatever they're called. They're like a league, and like they're the best hunters of all time or whatever. And then they called a meeting.
I remember why, because the chairman left the last message saying he's retiring.
And then it's up to them to like find somebody new, you know.
Yeah.
And he would show up for that, but he wouldn't show up for his son dying. He's literally dying.
Right when I saw him, I was like, oh my god, we're a piece of shit. I was like, this guy's such a piece of shit. Like,
and he's all happy, like, yeah, I'm home back, and he looks like a hillbilly, like, what?
I was kind of mad, and it's like, man, you're such a piece of shit, Dad.
It makes me so mad because Gon went through all of this. He literally only went through all of this just to find his dad.
But that's the point, I guess, of the plot. It's like, if you want to meet me, you have to do all these things.
That's stupid.
Which is like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm just mad.
It was adventurous at first, but like the fact that Gon risked his life. It's like, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, he did like the whole
let
game
your dad
thing.
Find you. You go hide, and then he'll try to find you.
He did that whole game thing, the Hunter games or whatever. I don't know what they call it. Remember the one when they were in a game or something? Yeah. Like, Greed Island. He did that. He's like literally doing all this effort just to try just to meet him, just to see him. And then right now, he's so critical right now. I don't think he's able to use Nen anymore. Like the idea of it, he's not, because he used so much power. And what do you think is gonna happen in the next episode? Like, do you think?
I just want Gon to go back to normal and then beat his dad up.
You think Gon in the next episode is gonna be like they found a way in that episode to heal him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You think
so?
But
no, I think it might take some time.
You think it might take a couple episodes? Yeah. Probably. I think in the next episode we're gonna see something more like crazy, because we saw Gon's dad. Maybe we're gonna see something like big in a way where it's like, maybe he might be the next chairman. You know, maybe you know what I'm saying, like maybe they're trying to make him the chairman of the Hunter x Hunter situation.
I don't think he
would
be able to
something like that. We're
place.
gonna see something big, and
also back to the kite situation. One of the guys, the guy with the white long hair that looks like, what does he look like? Remember the guy with he's big and he looks like
who?
Oh, the guy from. Nope, I don't know. I forgot his name though. That guy with the smoke power or whatever. Remember?
I'm trying to remember who you're talking about.
The guy with the long hair and the glasses, and he's like big, and he's like.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot his names. I forgot his name too. The one that can use smokes for clones or something.
Wait, he looks like somebody from My Hero Academia.
I don't know, something maybe. Yeah, he looked like one of the villains of My Hero Academia.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, what about him?
He like right when he heard that kid said I'm Kite, he rushed to look for Gon and kill.
Let's not forget that he fell on the floor. Yeah, he was like, oh shit, I gotta go tell.
So they're gonna know now soon, and that's good, cause like they have the right.
Yeah. Gon lost all of his power because of this.
Just because of that.
But yeah, anyway, I think that's all for today's episode for Hunter x Hunter. Hopefully we'll do it next week as well. I like talking about shit like this. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Anime Talk is now. Go on our YouTube channel to subscribe, I guess. We are on Spotify, all those podcast apps, and that's all. That's all for Anime Talk.